Tom McCoubrey here at Mercedes-Benz of Scarborough. I have your 2025 G63 next to me, and I want to do a quick video tour for you, basically a video delivery. Show you some of the new features on the 2025 model year that may have changed from your 2021. First, we'll see on the exterior of the vehicle, the only major change is actually you now have hands-free access. So what that means is there's a little square on the door here. I'll bring you over here in just a second to show you, but basically you can lock the door by touching that square, or hand behind unlocks the door. That was missing from previous generations. It's been a standard feature on a lot of our cars for a while now, and they've now brought it to the 2025 G63. When we open the door, all these buttons should look pretty familiar to you, but as a quick recap, we've got the left mirror, fold your mirrors, your right mirror, your mirror directions, all four windows, window locks. If we hit that, it will turn red. And we've got heated seat, ventilated seat, and then the door lock and unlock. Below that, we have our memory functions for our seat, and then our seat controls forward, backwards, up, down. And then to set the memories, all you have to do is hit M, then 1, or M, then 2. And then to use those memories, you just have to hit the buttons. The first control panel on the inside of the door to the left of the steering wheel is your lights and parking brakes. So parking brake right here, push to set, pull to release. Right here is our light controls. So all the way to the left is your European parking lights. Then we have parking lights, auto, and then on. So normally we just leave them right there in the auto. Right here is our rear fog light. When we click that, a light comes on in the back. And then this is the dimmer for the control panel. Right back here is our heated steering wheel, as well as control for the steering wheel up, down, in, and out, and then heated steering wheel, just twist to turn on and twist back to turn off. So now for the steering wheel, I'll go over all of the buttons here. So starting right here, we have back, and we have a mouse pad, so you can see we swipe up or down, and or left or right. If we hit the home button, you can see we can swipe left or right and change the display in the background. You might not be able to see it right now given the focus is on the wheel, but that is, these three buttons right here control the instrument panel directly behind the steering wheel. All of these buttons below here all control cruise control. So we've got on, off, following distance, and as you click this, it'll go closer, and then cycle through all four settings. This is to set your speed. So once you click here, you can click that and it'll pick up whatever speed you're going. To speed up, you can simply swipe up, or slow down, simply slow down. To do it in increments of 5, we can click on the up or click on the down, go up or down by 5. Then resume or cancel. If you'll see on the resume side, it has this little speed limit sign on the right part of it. If you double click the resume button, it will actually pick up the speed limit and set your cruise control to the speed limit. Right below that, we have the AMG drive unit. So you'll see these two little LCD screens here. You can change what is displayed in those screens just by clicking on the top or bottom half. And then to select those, you can then click and change those just by clicking the buttons to the left of the screens, which is pretty neat. On the right side of the screen, we have home, mouse, and back. Again, same thing for the center display, the MBUX display over there. These all control that screen. And then we've got voice command, favorites, volume for the radio, answer and hang up the phone, and then the AMG drive unit button on the right side of the steering wheel changes your drive modes just by twisting, and then individual right there, or slippery. But usually it'll default to comfort. Behind the steering wheel, you'll see the paddle shifters are labeled up and down. That is not a change from the 21, and same thing on the left side. Behind the wheel, you have your blinker stalk. Again, unchanged from your 21 that you currently have. And then same thing with the gear select, unchanged. Major difference between the 21 that you currently have and the one that we are looking at now, the 25, is going to be the MBUX Tech upgrades that this one is going to come with. This is a full touchscreen right here, so we can swipe left or right. You'll see we do still have the protective screen on here, so if it's not as responsive, it's because that is on there. Then to click, we just tap and go from there. There are two other ways to control this screen. One is the mouse pad on the actual steering wheel. On the right side of the steering wheel, you see an OK with the 4 arrows. That's a mouse pad. Swipe left or right, swipe up or down. You'll see you'll change where you're selecting. When you want to click on something, just click the OK and it will go there. The third way to control this is a mouse pad right behind the cup holders. There is a scroll wheel in your current G. This one just has a mouse pad, same thing, just kind of what you'd imagine it to be. Swipe left, right, click, just by clicking on the pad. Going back. I can go into more depth and detail on each one of these menus if you'd like in a separate video. A lot of them are going to be very similar to your other one, just a little updated from the older control system. Below the screen, we have our locking diff buttons. This should be pretty familiar to you. Same thing as in your other one. You've got 1, 2, and 3. Right above it, there is an addition of off-road cockpit. If you click that, what happens is the screen above switches to the off-road display. So basically it shows you where your suspension is, steering angle, all kinds of fun little details that you may or may not ever use, but it is a cool little feature. And then below that, we have manual transmission or low range. Again, something you may or may not ever use, but I do like to make sure people know what those buttons do. Below that, we have all of our climate control buttons. Again, should be pretty similar to the ones you have now, but just to go over it real quick. Temperature, driver's side temperature, and we've got menu. So if you click that, the screen above switches to the climate control menu, and in this one you can control the second row as well as air quality, all right from the head unit here. Then back down here we've got fan speed, auto fan, so basically it will take the fan up and down as needed based on the temperature. Max defrost, so that's max heat and fan speed. This is your hazards. Rear defrost, recirculation, AC, and sync. And then right below that, we've got a wireless charger here. We've got 2 USB-Cs right there. You do still have a 12-volt outlet there, and your heated and cooled cup holders right back there, controlled by this button right there. Cooled, heated, you'll see the lights change, and then off, all right there. And then it can all be closed and hidden away by a nice wooden cover there to match the rest of the wood in the unit. Right here is that mouse pad I was talking about. So this is how you control the screen right above it. Buttons, again, should look pretty familiar to you. Dynamic is to change the driving modes. This will bring up your parking cameras or your Parktronic. This one will bring up vehicle settings, favorites, volume on your radio, up, down, press to mute, press and hold. You can shut the system off or just the screen, navigation, radio, and telephone. Again, Another upgrade to this MBUX system here is you do have full wireless CarPlay. One menu I definitely wanted to go over with you is the comfort menu, because there is quite a bit in here. So once we click on the comfort, you'll see the first thing selected at the top there is massage. This car does have massaging seats, so you can come down here and click on any one of these massages, and it will start. Once you actually hit that play button, you can change the intensity right there by clicking those. Other things you may want to change are your seat kinetics. This just kind of moves the seat around to keep you alert on longer drives. Lumbar. So this is how you would change the lumbar settings. So you can come in here and just really dial in where you want that lumbar. And when we go back, you'll see we have side bolsters. So in here, we can dial up and down how tight we want those bolsters to get. Then we have dynamic multi-contour seats. So if you want the bolsters to blow up individually, depending on which way you're going around a curve. So say you're going around a right-hand curve, you'd be pushed to the left just with outside forces. So the left bolster would blow up, holding you in the seat, which is pretty neat. And then same thing on the left-hand turn, you would slide to the right, and the right bolster would come up if you want that. And you have two different levels there. You can change the heat settings here just by if you want it only on the back or only on the bottom. Right in the middle is both. Ambient lights are right here. And then, so you can change the colors right there to either monochrome, so you get 64 different colors, or a bunch of different presets, which is pretty neat. I'll leave it on the monochrome right now. And then energizing comfort. These are a bunch of different settings that, as you can see, they give you descriptions over here. When you click it, it will set seat, lighting, and temperature to accordingly affect those comfort settings. Well, John, that was a quick overview of the new features on the 2025 G63. As I said earlier, if you have any questions or you want to go into further detail on any of those menus, please feel free to let me know. You can give me a call here at the dealership, 207-510-2286. Again, Tom McCoubrey here at Mercedes-Benz of Scarborough.